So some of my favorite cards are ones that have like a story connected to them. Obviously, like there's a story in the pull or the get or the trade, whatever it is that got them there. But then sometimes it's just a card that you see and you're like, I gotta have that because of blank. Tell me in the comments one of the cards that falls into that category for you, and I'll tell you the reason I purchased this card. So I love inscriptions. I love whenever there's an autograph and there's words with it, because that is just like the card is a story, the auto is a story, and then the inscription tells a whole nother story. And I love inscriptions. I've been leaning into them more and more, trying to figure out how to narrow what I PC versus what I don't PC, which would be like UPC, un-PC, doesn't matter. And when I was teaching, my first year, they changed some rule with me being able to teach a math class, even though I was a history major. And they changed it like halfway through. And so my principal had to figure out like, okay, I don't want to fire this dude. So I had to go take the math Praxis 2, which is like an all math test. And I hadn't taken math in like 4 years. I've been teaching a little bit, but I didn't take it in college. And so I had to go in and study and take this exam with like 2 weeks notice. And essentially my job was on the line. If I fail that test, they don't have a spot for me. They like put me at a different school to teach like junior high kids until we got the test scores back. And so they had to bring in all these other random teachers to help teach my class because of the certification. It's really convoluted, but just know I was gonna lose my job if I didn't pass this. Went in, studied, took the test, and passed it. It's a tough test. A lot of people fail it. So I'm so smart. But I went in and I passed it, and it was super exciting. Got to move back into the old job I had and to stay there and taught math for half a decade. Loved it. And principals were great through the whole process, but they were just in a bad spot because the department changed that rule. Well, in that, I think it was like some sort of like faculty lunch thing. And my assistant principal came up to me and he was like, were you nervous? Were you nervous about taking that test? And I was like, no, man, I'm clutch. And he thought that was like the funniest thing ever. So literally he called me clutch for the next like 5 years in that job. And so I was on PWCC auctions, saw this, and I had to get it. It is a 1972 Topps of Jerry West where he inscribed it, Mr. Clutch. And I think that is cool. I think I'm going to start leaning in to cool, unique inscriptions on GOATs. So what do you guys think? This is Jerry West, the logo. By the way, why is West on the front of his jersey? I never noticed that. Why is his last name on his front? Anyways, so maybe it was a West All-Stars. I can see that. There you go. What do you think about inscriptions? What's your favorite inscription you've ever seen? And yeah, that's it. That's my story. And I guess I'll have to stick to it, I guess.